So guys, Joshua's been getting a lot of criticism of late. You know, a lot of people have been giving him a lot of criticism, saying that, you know, he didn't take the $80 million. Frank Warren says that quite a bit, you know, and Frank Warren has mentioned that, you know, Joshua's made a huge mistake not taking the $80 million. He said that Joshua not accepting that $80 million has put him in a very bad position, because now there's no one for him to fight. And he's fighting probably B-level guys, and the top boys are not fighting him because he's giving them lowball offers. So for him not taking that $80 million, what he's done is he's put Fury back in the game, according to Frank Warren, and now Fury and Wilder are fighting for the #1 spot. And also they're now also very popular, according to Frank Warren. In terms of financially, they're not making anywhere near the amount of money that Joshua's making, but popularity-wise, Frank Warren feels that they're just as popular now, and they're the best heavyweight, so he feels that they deserve 50-50. Now, it's a bit of a tricky one, because like I said, I remember making videos about that $80 million or $50 million offer, and I said, well, it was Frank Warren that was helping put up that money, and Joshua would probably be fighting on BT Sport if that was to happen. And Joshua had contracts with Sky Sports, which meant that he wouldn't have been able to do that. So that wouldn't have worked anyway if that was the case, if that's what Frank Warren was trying to do. But I don't know about this whole situation, because now Joshua is in a bit of a tricky situation, because Dillian Whyte's not accepting the fight. Dillian Whyte feels it's a low ball offer. Wilder and Fury are probably going to lock horns again. And now Joshua's in a position where he really wants to fight one of them, but the fight's not materializing. And it seems to me like the fight that's going to be pushed forward is the Miller fight. And Joshua might be fighting Miller in America, but not many people are going to be happy with that. And that's not... I just don't know why. I don't feel that there's going to be a lot of hype around that fight. I don't think that fight's going to get a lot of attention, especially if the Fury-Wilder fight gets made. I think Joshua's going to get overlooked. And the problem Joshua's going to have... Now, that's going to be twice now that Joshua's going to be overlooked. Because when he fought Povetkin, people were talking about Wilder Fury. Fights Miller, people are going to be talking about Wilder Fury again. So I do think Joshua's going to be overlooked a little. And I don't think the Joshua Miller fight in America is as big as what Wilder and Fury does in America. So I do think it's going to be tricky for Joshua. I don't think Joshua Miller does much at all on paper. If it's on pay-per-view in America, I don't think it does hardly anything. You know, it doesn't do anything like what Fury and Wilder did, you know, 330,000. And that, Eddie Hearn said, was poor. And I don't know whether Joshua does even half of that. So if he doesn't do half of that, it's not going to be a success, right? And if Fury and Wilder rematch, which if it happens in America could do 600, 700, it'd make Joshua look really bad, you know? So I don't know although they want to fight in America, I don't know whether it makes a lot of sense for Joshua, because if the pay-per-view numbers for Joshua Miller does very bad. But then having said that, Joshua Miller might not be on pay-per-view. It might be on DAZN. So that's another thing. Joshua Miller might not be on pay-per-view. So it just depends. It just depends, because I know Eddie Hearn said it depends on who bids the most. So if Showtime are willing to bid the most, then Joshua could go on to Showtime. Let's see what happens, because like I said, it's all up in the air in a minute. I don't think Joshua's got a contract with DAZN. He's fighting on DAZN on a fight-by-fight basis. So if someone does come in with a really good offer and a pay-per-view opportunity, then I'm pretty sure Joshua might accept it. It's all about the money right now. So because Joshua's not really a big star in America, so you know, he's probably thinking fight-by-fight is probably the right thing to do. Once you become a big star, right, then he can probably go into a massive contract like Canelo did, but he's not a big star in America like he is in the UK, so it doesn't make sense, I don't believe. But let's see what happens. It's really interesting times, because at the minute it feels like Joshua's been frozen out from the three big guys. Look, now I think Dillian Whyte has put himself in a position where he's probably up there with the three top guys. You know, he's definitely top 4. So you'd probably say Joshua, Fury, Wilder, Whyte. Right, and Whyte's up there making a case for himself. But leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think. Where do you think Joshua goes? Do you think Joshua fighting Miller will be a backward step and the fans won't want that fight? Do you think there'll be a lot of hype? Do you think that does well in America? Leave your thoughts, guys. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video.